All right, everybody, it's discussion board time. And this discussion board, we're going to be talking about fonts. Fonts. Why do we need to talk about fonts? Actually, this is something that's really interesting because we're taking Microsoft Word, but we're breaking it down to some of those elemental pieces, kind of the essence of Microsoft Word, and that is actually the look of the letters and words that we're typing in Microsoft Word. So we're going to be talking about fonts. Now, Michael Champlin has that video that I definitely want you to watch about the importance of fonts and how each one kind of conveys its own message or it communicates a certain kind of thing. That's going to be important. So, what do we do with that then? Well, the hypothetical is this: you're working in a department or an HR department, something like that, and you are reviewing resumes and cover letters, probably to be more accurate. And you have a couple that come across your desk or you come to your team, and these are really bad. They're just not very good. So the fonts are off. It's all kind of wacky. The formatting itself is not very good. What do you do? So you're going to think about this and you're going to say, okay, am I going to give those people or those let's say two, I think it's maybe two candidates, am I going to give them a second look? Am I going to bring them in for an interview? Am I going to say, oh, yeah, they're just as qualified as everybody else? Or are you going to look at it and say, there's something that's not right about this? If they're not able to do kind of those bare essentials when it comes to a resume or a cover letter, maybe they're not qualified for a position like this. This is an interesting conversation because I always have students running the gamut here. They're all over the spectrum, and some say, oh, yeah, I'll totally give them another chance, or I'll call them up and I'll tutor them to figure this out, to the other side, which is no, absolutely not. If they can't do the bare minimum here, or they can't do the most basic things in a resume, then they're not qualified for a professional position. So what I want you to do is I want you to give your position and then justify why you think the way you think. We don't really have arguments in this, so don't worry about that. But be honest, really, be honest here. Talk about what you really think about that. If you were to see these kinds of resumes, how would you respond? And why would you respond that way? Interesting conversation. Also be on the lookout for an additional thread. I did this last week. I had that kind of informational and encouragement thread about COVID-19, and I really personally appreciated that quite a bit. We'll do another thread as well. This one will be different, but it will be fun. You'll have some fun with it. You don't need to do the additional thread, but if you do, those posts in that thread will count for your overall post count for the week. Remember, one initial post and at least 3 replies, making minimum 4 for the week. There may be some extra credit tied to it as well, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys all bring to the table this week. Thanks.